great to see everyone over here today. This is my second workshop with 46XX, and when Rachna first told me about the community, I was really amazed that such a community exists. I'm someone who constantly helps my mom with her business endeavors, and I constantly, try to. She's not from a business background, so and neither am I, but I learned everything along the way. So I constantly try to teach her, and everything that is going to be shared in this workshop is actually something that I do for myself, I do for my business. I try to teach other people, and my family as well. So I hope that you get the most amount of value from this workshop. I'm going to keep it very tailored to business owners, since I know most of you guys run a business or are aspiring to start a business. But without any further ado, let's get started. Before we drop in, I want to know how many people from the previous workshop, by the way, over here. If you could just put something in the chat, or you can even keep your cameras on, all right, and can send a reaction, whatever. I would just love to know if there's anyone from the previous workshop. All right, awesome. Bhimawala, awesome. And how many of you here have, I think I've asked this before, how many of you here use ChatGPT? Are there any ChatGPT users over here? You can just put it on the chat or send a reaction. All right, awesome. Fantastic. Well, cool. In our last workshop, we went through prompting, and we used ChatGPT, which is like an LLM which you can prompt with. And yeah, I hope this will be useful for you guys. Let me just present my screen. All right. One moment. Okay. Yep. Just let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. So yep, for those who don't know me, quick introduction. I love mixing design and tech together. I love building businesses. Been building businesses back to 2016. Learned everything from the internet. Currently building the Bombay AI company, a video company, and Jinx Network. Jinx Network being my creative agency. Sometimes I teach in colleges, in universities, and I consult with businesses and entrepreneurs on building their business. For the last 3 years, AI has been my personal assistant, planner, and creative planner. It has saved me hours by helping me write, plan, and brainstorm stuff, and it has amplified my existing skills and productivity. Today's workshop, which is leverage AI for maximizing your business efficiency, right? I wanted to bring some attention over here. What do we mean by maximizing business efficiency, right? I think we can all agree over here that business efficiency is derived from doing something and again repeatedly, in the most productive manner. And when I say productive, it could be doing something as fast as possible, doing something with less errors in the process, right? So I think we can all agree that efficiency is something to do with productivity and doing things fast without too many problems happening while you're doing it, right? So the real talk over here is, right, if we want to maximize business efficiency, we must first know what exactly is the process in doing business, right? Everyone has a different business over here, right? And we all have different processes, right? But you can't really automate what you haven't documented or done manually first, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you can't be efficient in something that you haven't really illustrated or documented that this is how you do the particular thing, right? So I want to take you guys back to step 0, which is, in this workshop, we're going to figure out how to build business systems, all right, with AI. We're going to try to find and map out everything in a business, because when I was first starting a business, I didn't know what I had to do. I didn't know what to do on a Monday. I did not know that, there's sales also, and this is how you reach out to leads. There's operations, which is, doing this and that, right? So my objective here today is I'm going to help you map out your business systems with AI. I'm going to expose you to all the tools I use for business operations, marketing, sales, and even customer service. All right. And I'm going to show you how to automate the repeatable stuff in business. All right. Are we all good here? Is anything is everyone good? Everyone on the same page? Drop a like or a reaction in the chat so I know that we are all here. All right, awesome, fantastic. Cool. Let's get right into it. All right. I want to just take you guys through one small quote from a book that I read. I read a lot of books. So there's this book called Atomic Habits. It's called You Don't Rise to the Level of Your Goals. You fall to the level of your systems. All right. And I feel systems was the main thing that was missing in my business for a couple of years. And I want to take you guys through systems building at the very first stage. All right. We know that whenever we do something manual, it's going to be slow, it's going to be scattered, it is a little bit inconsistent. But when you systemize stuff, it's repeatable. And when you systemize stuff and add AI to it, it's not only going to be repeatable, it's going to be fast, and you're going to have a lot of data to work with. All right. So let's use technology wisely. All right. Um, as I'm going to go through my entire presentation, I have this small live mapping exercise that I would like all of you guys to do. So I hope you guys bought a book and a pen to this workshop, because if you haven't, I'm going to take a 1 minute pause right here. Please grab a book and a pen, all right, or any note-taking tool that you have. Maybe it's on your laptop. All right, this is going to be slightly of a hands-on practical workshop. It's a workshop, it's not a lecture. All right, so get yourself a book and a pen. And the first thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to open up a page, all right, open your pen, and I want you to write down, all right, what are some things that you do in your business. All right, I want you to kind of create like a map. What do you do on Mondays? What problems keep happening in your business, right? What do you do when someone wants to buy your product or service? What do you actually like do? What is like the step? You send them a message, you do that or do this, anything. I want you to basically write down, take a book and a pen and write down stuff that you do in your business. All right, so I'm just going to keep a minute from here. Everyone grab a book and a pen, and when you're ready, shoot a thumbs up on the chat so that I know that we are ready. And once we have enough, we will move on. All right. And this thing of live mapping is going to be super important because I have a bunch of systems and freebies that I'm going to be taking you guys through. All right. And it's going to come in handy a lot. All right. It's going to really open up the possibilities. You'll realize the power of AI when you give it context and when you actually tell it your process. All right. And this is the reason why. Sorry.
Please unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Unmuted them. Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. No worries. Cool. I'd like to say that, I think there's probably an AI tool for every department. And if you guys have been exposed to social media and the internet, you might be like confused, like so many AI tools coming out. There's like 200-300 AI tools coming out every day. What AI tools do I even use? Right. And I had this, if you're on LinkedIn, it's the absolute worst because you'll see so many people using this tool, that tool, and it gets so confusing. And I was confused at a point, but what I've done is I've gone through more than 100 tools. I've used tools for business, for customer service, marketing, sales, and I have cherry picked the ones that work for me, and I feel it will work for you as well. All right. Being someone from India, being someone from Mumbai, being someone who likes to keep it simple, you don't want to use too many things, like you want everything organized. I've just cherry picked the ones that are very, very useful for me and my business and the stuff that I use. All right. So, first things first, all right, AI for founder efficiency. The use case that I want to talk about over here is, all right, I'm not even gone into marketing, business, operations, sales. First, step 0, founder efficiency. As a founder, as a business owner, we have a lot of meetings. All right, you have to set to-do lists for your teams. All right, you have to set to-do lists for yourselves. Right. So there are 1 or 2 ways that we go about it. All right, we'll have a meeting with someone and then we'll tell them to remind us, or you'll remind them that this is to be done. You might have a system like Excel sheet where you'll put in stuff down. You might write it to yourself on WhatsApp. Well, the way I do it is mine is a little bit different, right? So if I'm having a meeting, all right, I will record my meeting on my phone. So this is a voice note app, right? So I will record my meeting on the phone, and then what I do once the meeting is done, or when I finish my voice note, even if it's a voice note to myself, I will then save this voice note. I will then open up TurboScribe, all right, which is this tab. Okay, let me just share this. I hope you guys can see my screen. TurboScribe, I'll open. So voice note, I will take, put it into this tool called TurboScribe. TurboScribe transcribes your entire voice note and gives you a transcription. All right. So it tells you everything that you spoke about and also label the speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3. And then what I do is I take this transcription and then I put it into ChatGPT and I tell it like, hey, make my to-do list from this, make my notes from this from this voice note. Once again, let me just give you guys a better sharing experience. One moment. Yeah, TurboScribe, right? So by the way, all the links for this is going to be given to you after the workshop. So stick around. All right. TurboScribe to ChatGPT. ChatGPT say I get my notes. All right. I get an understanding of what all needs to be done. All right. And then what I do is I take that and I plug it into Notion. All right. So Notion is like a great tool for you as a business owner to have everything in one place. All right. So I would like you to check out my Notion dashboard. All right. It's called I have a CEO dashboard, which is this one over here. All right, wherein I have everything about my company. I have my accounts, everything, sab kuch ek jagah, So I have everything in one place. I have my systems, my clients, everything in one place. All right. I don't have my notes somewhere in this drawer, that drawer, client meetings over there, in this WhatsApp chat, that WhatsApp chat. This is my system number one, Notion. It's a great tool. It's free and you can have everything in its place. And the best part, it's collaborative, which means you can share it with your team, right? If you have teammates, you can share it with your different teammates and they can also add and update stuff. So very cool. It has definitely been a very useful thing in my business. All right, cool. Has everyone got it? So voice note to TurboScribe, and then TurboScribe to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT say you can then get your notes and to-do list for your business. All right. Now I want to quickly drop in and tell you that I have a free freebie for you guys. All right, for this. I have prepared some sort of business viability dashboard, all right, which I feel will be very useful as a founder. My friend wanted to start a business, all right, and the thing is that he wanted to start a garage. All right, I'm like, okay, why do you want to start a garage? Like, where did this idea come from? He was like, no, my friend is a mechanic and I have a bike and I feel it would be a great business. I was like, if that's the reason why you want to start a business, then you need to, you need to think a little bit more deeper. So I was like, wait, let me help you out. Let me create a workflow and a process wherein you can think about your product market fit, your founder market fit. You can test out your business idea. You can pick the right market. You can build systems for your business, and you can also find your founder ikigai. This is something that I did initially when I was starting my second business, right? Because to be honest, every business idea is $1 million idea. All right. I have convinced myself by speaking to thousands of founders and businesses, and I've realized that every idea is $1 million idea at a minimum point. But the reason why we don't achieve that is because we probably are in the wrong market, or sometimes we lose motivation as founders to keep pushing the needle and taking it to the next height. Which is why I've created this quick dashboard workflow wherein you can basically find what business to start, and you can also have a very bird's eye view of the types of businesses that you feel you want to start, and you can compare and contrast them based on, if it uses real estate, what licenses are required, what's the startup money that is required, what's the projected revenue, gross profit, legal complexity, competitor saturation, all of this stuff in a spreadsheet. If you guys want this spreadsheet for free, please drop a comment in the chat and this will be added towards the end of the workshop. You get this free worksheet for yourself. And I feel every founder should get access to this.
Yes. Here, Ian, I'd like to interject here. We will share with you the mailing list link. This Excel sheet we'd like to share along with the other resources like the recording, the PPT, etc. So may I request Mayuk to share the mailing list link so that you can add yourself to the email and you would get all of this at one place. So, Ian, if you can get to the efficiency slide and let's take a few, questions.
Awesome.
Yes. So while we take a break for questions, I think there was an activity that Ian gave, where, each of you, while you are going through this workshop, also make a mental or on a pen of paper or on a note taker, make what all processes that you need to do, in your business. The reason being that towards the end of the workshop, Ian will invite one of you live to discuss your processes, and even Ian will show real time as to how those can be automated. So that's the objective. Yes. Yes. So my colleague has shared the mailing list link. Please add yourself to it in order to get all these goodies along with the business viability dashboard. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. So towards the end of this workshop, I think I forgot to mention is we have a live exercise where I'll call in one volunteer where I will help you map out your entire business system live on call. So which is why this is very important. All right. This mapping exercise, if you guys haven't already started doing, all right, notebook and pen, make sure that's done, because I will invite one of you personally and we will map out your entire business system along with my business system builder GPT. All right. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All right. Any questions so far in AI for founder efficiency, guys? Let me know. I'm happy to ask any questions.
Yes. And did you understand the series of activities that, Ian's, suggested in this for efficiency? You need to kind of chat. Yeah. Anything. Well, then let's move ahead. I think if they had questions, they would have. And if you have questions, if you come across anything. Okay. Selena, do you have a question?
I understood what you were saying.
Okay.
All right.
Terrific. So I think let's move ahead. Anyways, anytime you have any questions, please feel free to write it in the chat box and we will get that answer. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Awesome. Well, the other thing, so this was founder efficiency, which is like level 0. I think as a founder, it's very important to stay aligned and like be organized as a founder, right? Now let's move into business strategy, right? When you're building a business, when you are, working on the business, right? I think it's very important to craft strategy, to research competition, to get alignment, right? For business strategy, to keep it very simple, these tools will sort you out, all right? Perplexity and ChatGPT. Now, if you have used ChatGPT already, which is an LLM which you can chat and you can get questions on answers, you can think of it as your assistant or your consultant. Perplexity is ChatGPT with internet access. All right. So think about anything that ChatGPT can give you, but on a much more real-time level scale, right? So Perplexity is this tool, all right, and for example, it's fully optimized for internet. It's like you will get the best sources of it. Basically takes multiple sources and finds out what is true and what is false, so instead of you going through a lot of blogs, you can find what you can search for stuff on ChatGPT. For example, I had prompted it yesterday that, hey, I want to explore the influencer marketing and creator industry. I'm planning an app for creators and influencers to get brand deals. So what it did was it went through all the different, sources. It went through 79 sources of information and it curated a research report for me, gave me an entire market overview, told me the key creator statistics. And I feel as a business owner, like this is so amazing, because I was able to concise my information gathering into one particular report, and make a better strategic business decision. And which is why this comes in my AI for business strategy slide. It's great for business planning, research, alignment. How many of you here have used Perplexity or have heard of Perplexity? Put a comment or a reaction in the chat. I would love to know. Awesome. All right.
Well, there's one, interesting piece of information from one of our participants, Meenu. She says that, if you are an Airtel user, you can have access to Perplexity Pro for 1 year for free, of course, free via the Airtel Thanks app. So
Awesome.
anybody who wanted to know that, Ian, and just in case if you're using Airtel, line. Thank you so much, Meenu, for giving this heads up. Very useful information.
Awesome. Fantastic. I mean, if you guys have Airtel, free Perplexity Pro, I mean, that's amazing.
Yes. But I guess only 2 people have heard of Perplexity, not so much. Okay, 3 now. Rukaya, Shivani, and Meenu herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Well, now you know. And hey, no matter what industry you work in, I think research is like super important. It forms the basis of making decisions, right? And I feel Perplexity is the best AI for research and for internet use. All right. So Perplexity, guys, check it out. Amazing. It already has some curated lists of information, sports, arts, finance, tech, and science. It'll also learn what you also do, and it'll curate topics on the stuff that you actually chat with it on it based on your history. So that's also available. But yeah, you could use that. Now, why did I mention ChatGPT again? Is because if you're on a ChatGPT Pro plan, you can actually make your own folder. All right. And you can add everything in one folder. For example, I have a folder called Jinx, and I have everything of each chat related to Jinx over here. All right. If you were in a previous workshop, you remember that every chat window has its own context. Think of it as like temporary memory for your AI based on that chat, right? So I have a sales strategy agent in ChatGPT. I have an HR support agent. I have a strategic planner. I have a CMO agent, a website agent, just an assistant for each of these things, in my business systems, because these are all systems that I mapped out a while back. All right. Cool. Now I forgot to share one important thing. All right. In the previous thing for founder efficiency, one thing I forgot to mention, which is called Notebook LM. Have you guys heard of Notebook LM? Please drop a reaction in the chat. But if you haven't, Notebook LM is basically you can use it to chat with sources of information. All right. In other words, what I did was, let's say you don't want to watch 10 YouTube videos based on the same topic. So what you can actually do is you can simply add a source. You can like add a link to the YouTube video over here. All right. And you can add like multiple sources over here. All right. And you can chat with your YouTube videos. So if you don't want to go through like a lot of content, you want to like quickly get ideas, you can simply add different sources to this, and you can get cool insights. You can even generate a mind map from all of the links and resources. So the current sources it supports is you can upload Google Docs, you can add a website, you can copy paste text, and you can also, I think, upload like PDFs and stuff like that. So if you want to chat with 10 PDFs, let's say you're a real estate consultant, all right, and you want to go through Mahar Era's real estate documentation. There are like 5-10 different PDFs. You know how unorganized the information is when it comes to legalities. You can upload all your PDFs over here and you can just chat with them. How cool is that, right? So I've used it to like chat with multiple YouTube videos for a particular topic, and that's how I use it. So yeah, back to like founder efficiency, but now coming back to business strategy. All right, let's move to operations. Okay, business strategy clear? Any questions for business strategy? Please let me know. Feel free to let me know. Okay, you can just put a ping on the chat. Moving to operations. All right, what is operations? Operations is doing the thing every day. All right, like process, when you are actually doing the service, when you're managing a teammate, when you're doing communication, when you're going for a meeting, when you're executing a process, that all comes under operations, being an operator. All right. So main use case for me is like, task management, scheduling, internal communication, process tracking. And the main tool I use and I see a lot of people using is Notion, otherwise an Excel sheet. All right. So Excel sheet is also cool. Notion is a little bit more cooler. All right. I have prepared a free AI business dashboard for you guys, which I will share the link with Rachna, and they'll send it to you guys. All right. So this AI business dashboard has everything set up for you. You can add stuff also. So you have all your systems in one place. You can like write down like how you find clients, step by step one. one, two, three. It's like a note-taking app, but it's all organized. It's all like put into one under each other, and you can have all your meeting notes, automatically added over here. It has a lot of cool AI features also. So once you discover this tool, I'm pretty sure you'll understand what is what. You can create to-dos like, meeting with XYZ, you can just add it over here. And once it's like in progress, you can drag it into the progress. And once it's done, you can drag it into done. I like this format of, operations because it's more visual. It has everything in its place. And hey, now with the power of internet and AI, you can like do a lot of more cool stuff. All right. So yep, this is the AI business dashboard that you'll get for free. All right, and I feel this should help you build a better business. I have one myself, as I showed you, right? This is the one. This is my CEO's personal dashboard, and this is what I share with my teammate. This has everything for my team. So this is like for me personally, like when I want to like reflect on my own thoughts and on my own business, and this is for teams to interact within each other. Cool. Awesome. Any questions about operations, guys? Any questions, any queries that you have for ops? Let me know.
Yeah. So essentially, Ian, what you are suggesting to us is that you have just spoken about one of the AIs, right? Notion.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so they would do all the. So essentially, this does not reduce the work. No, this just organizes the work. Right?
Well, the thing is that with Notion AI, you can actually just transcribe your meetings inside the workspace itself. So instead of like, plugging and picking stuff up into multiple places into one sheet, this kind of has it all organized. So yeah.
Okay, and how would the schedule? So I have used Notion, so the internal communication happens because you can share those links.
Absolutely. Yes.
What about scheduling? That also, did you cover that bit on Notion?
Yeah, I mean, with Notion, well, if you want to take a little bit more deeper dive, all right. So Notion works just like a normal note-taking app. So if you press /, you have a lot of tools over here, all right. So if you press /, you can do an AI meeting notes, which is you can have that meeting and all the notes coming into this particular page. All right. You can ask it to expand stuff. You can make stuff shorter. You can add images, audio, video, text, everything. All right. It's like a note-taking app, but with a lot more features. You can even add charts if you want. You want that charts, you can add charts. Yeah.
So what I was alluding to is that, so how would it make the operations easier? It's just an organizing tool, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, let's say something needs to happen at a particular time and a person needs to be notified about it, right? Which is kind of a process that happens in the business. You can use Notion for that essentially. So you have something called calendar, and you can like I just added a calendar over here, right? So if I click on add, I can be like finish updating website, and I can simply comment. I mean, I can call a person. So let's say I can call another guest over here and tag them essentially. So that's something that can be done, and this can be automated as well. In Notion itself.
Okay. So essentially, how have you, by using Notion, cut down time with respect to operations?
Oh, so for me personally, I feel we have all our meetings. So let's go over here in meetings at Jinx. All right. So we have all of our meetings kind of scheduled over here. We have an agenda. We have few rules like what did we work on, how did our week go, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all of that is like added over here. So all whatever meetings we have, it's all added into this block over here for that particular day. So if I wanted to go back and check a particular meeting, what did we discuss on that particular day, it's all kind of automatically added in over here. That's one thing. That's just one use case. I have, for me, I'm a creative service business, right? So I have a lot of systems, especially with creative service delivery and stuff like that. So I have all of my list of systems within Notion, such as how does invoicing and payments happen?
Yeah.
How do you name a file? I need, whenever someone in my business does not know how to do that particular thing, All I have to do is send them this link to my system and they just have to follow it. It's like a recipe book on how to do that particular task. That is what basically systems are, right? Keeping everything organized in place. So that's kind of how I use it. There are much more things that you can use Notion for.
Okay, terrific. Does anybody have any questions thus far? Okay.
Awesome.
I think looks like we can proceed further.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think this will be interesting for a lot of people, which is AI for marketing. Well, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with marketing today, right? With AI, you can write stuff, especially with ChatGPT, when you give it context and LM. Now, I want to show you how I kind of use AI to create like social media posts. How I create presentations and a lot of other cool stuff. All right. So let's go one by one. I think the first and foremost thing, right, when you're planning out marketing and you're trying to get content for your brand and business, you can use a very simple thing on like ChatGPT. All right. So, for example, I'm going to go back to my Jinx dashboard over here. My CMO agent, all right, and I call it CMO agent because simply the context that is set, right? If you went through our first workshop, which is, how you have to set context and roles, like role-based prompting, I have told it that you have to think like a marketing officer, and I kept on giving it context about my business. I kept on giving it stuff about like what we do and stuff like that. Keep on chatting with it. And hence I can come up with really cool post ideas, formats, carousels. Content is like pretty much, good to go. Obviously, it's not copy pastable in the sense that, I will always tweak some stuff that it will give me, but it's a great brainstorming tool, right? And now, what if I want to convert this content that I get from my chat GPT into an actual post? All right. So for that, I use stuff like FreePick. All right. FreePick is your main tool over here. I've been using it for 2 years, 2.5, 3 years. I pay a yearly subscription of around 15,000 rupees. All right. And it has been like the most 80% of the time we use FreePick. All right. FreePick started off as a stock image library, evolved into, you can download Photoshop templates and stuff. And today, these guys do some of the best image generation services possible. All right. When I say image generation, it's a lot like it's image generation. I mean, there's nothing else that I can say. You can simply add a prompt over here on the top left corner, and you can choose, various models. So if you heard of, Google Imagen, the new models that they launched, you can just click it over here. You can choose it, and you can type your prompt in and generate your stuff. So how do I use it? Let's say a very recent one that I used image generation in FreePick was I wanted to create a vision board of my business, like of my personal life, like what I want to do. So I created a prompt from ChatGPT and pasted it into FreePick, and I generated like this vision board. So this is like my short term, medium term, and long term vision. I'm going to print this out and stick this on my wall. So you can use FreePick for this. The best part about FreePick is that instead of having just one image model, you have a lot of models that you can use and choose from over here. Now, if I go through all of them in this call, this will become an AI image generation workshop, which I don't want to. But hey, freepick.com, one of the best tools. I use it myself. Another thing that you can use FreePick for is actually video generation as well. So a lot of the videos that I also create for ads, that mini ads, concepts, pitches, like pitching to a ad agency, we generate styles and frames using FreePick. There's this thing in the advertising space wherein you have to constantly pitch to get to get a budget, to get a campaign. And before, it would be very expensive and time consuming to create an ad pitch. All right. So with AI, we are able to save a lot of time and money in just sharing the idea or vision with the client. Because if the client does not know what you're going to be executing, they're not going to give you a budget. So a lot of ad agencies happen to spend a lot of money in creating that pitch. Now with AI, we are able to save that time and cost. All right. So yeah, these are some other videos that we generated using FreePick. This is using Runway Gen 4's model, and etc. etc. You might get the gist of what's possible by seeing my screen. So any questions so far? in AI for marketing. I'm going to move on to Gamma. All right. Gamma, by the way, gamma.app is an amazing tool if you have a lot of presentation work. So if you're like a CMO, you're someone in marketing or client servicing or key account manager, or you want to make a pitch deck for an investor, Gamma is like a very good base tool to use. What does it do? You can simply add in like just some text. All right. Like for example, let's go to this chat GPT window over here. All right. And I am going to, let's say, copy this amount of text. Okay. Copying this text. Going to go to Gamma. I'm going to paste it over here. All right. And I am going to say create, yeah, generate notes. Go to prompt editor, and basically you can convert your text into a presentation. Essentially, I'm gonna hit generate, and I will show you what it does. Like it's magic. It's truly magic. As you can see, live pay, your presentation is being made right in front of your eyes without you having to do a thing. So you save a lot of time in like just setting the design style, setting the tool, the text, the context. You save a lot of time in doing that. It also adds images, by the way, if you wanted to. So as you can see, it's adding images over here. It's added images over there. And if I wanted to change anything, I can just like click and like change text. Oops, change text however I want. How cool is that? So yeah, Gamma is like another app. If you want to quickly like churn out presentations, you can also set your brand style, and like you can set a template for yourself so that all of your presentations are in that same style, so that there's some consistency in branding and stuff like that. Any questions?
Actually, yes, we have quite a few questions.
Awesome.
Sulika asks, how does one stand out when everyone is using similar tools? Then her next question is, what about copyright issues?
Okay. Amazing questions, by the way. I love those questions. So the way you firstly stand out in if everyone's using the tools is literally your creativity and your positioning. All right. I feel that everyone has a unique way of thinking and a unique way of applying their thoughts, like pulling out your thoughts into the actual world. So the way you can differentiate yourself is literally changing the way you are exposed to things that will shift your perspective in life, will give you a different perspective of doing things. And I think I mentioned this in our last workshop, right? I feel philosophers, psychologists are like the best prompters because they think. They like their job is literally like to think, so try thinking, like, don't outsource your cognitive abilities to AI. Be a good thinker and use this as a tool to make stuff better. All right, try to, if it's saving you time, try to reinvest that time into making those small 1% things better. That is one way you can stand out. Second thing about copyright, now if for image generation, free pick you can use completely for commercial use cases. All right, all the tools mentioned over here are complete, you can use for commercial use cases. I use them for my commercial use cases. You get a license ID with everything that you generate, so you shouldn't be having any problem. All right, see, it goes without saying, AI is new. All right, it's a tool and people can use it for good and for bad. All right, and it is your duty to always make sure to do some research and always use it for good things and not for the bad things. All right, so it goes without saying. All right, just like every other internet tool that exists. All right, so just wanted to clear that. Awesome. I can see another question.
Yeah. Yes. Ashwini says, is Gamma paid or free, and how can make it with our products? Ashwini, do you want to unmute yourself and elaborate on that?
So I mean,
Ashwini, you there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Ashwini, go ahead. What do you mean by how can make it with your products?
Yeah.
So if you can,
Like I'm a bag maker. I make bags. So how can I use it with my own bag pictures? So can I make a presentation with this Gamma app?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So you can see over here, if I want to change this image, all right, first, so if you want, it has AI image generation within it. So if you want to just put a prompt over here and, write something else, picture of a bag, it will generate it. All right, that is one case. Or you can just upload your own image and you can just, just like any other tool, that exists, you can just upload your image and you should be good to go. You can change almost everything. I think almost everything can be changed. You can change the color, the font, layout in this itself. So you can see this right layout, background layout. You can change your layouts, and most of it is free only. Up to 8 slides on generation is free. But if you want to add more slides, you'll have to add it manually. That on the free plan. So like I can add this manually over here. I can add more slides. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. You can also present it directly from here, as you can see. So
Oh yeah. Can I edit my back picture in this tool also?
editing might not be possible. So editing, you can use like another tool like Canva, and once you are ready with that image, you can upload it into GAM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, we'll take one more question. Kajal says, how helpful is it in laddu making? Because laddu, your product, I think the answer remains the same as the, bags. If you can, give it a prompt of whatever PPT or image you want for your, sweet business. And you can then replace it with your own products, pictures. Yeah. So that answers your question, Kajal.
Let's say you make laddus, all right? I'm assuming, let's say if you want to do B2B, right? If you want to like sell in bulk, right? You can use AI to generate like pamphlets. You can use to make ads. You can then make a deck with Gamma and then send it to like restaurants and hotels if they want to. Most of these bigger organizations, they want to outsource like stuff, right? And so if you position yourself as a very strong distributor, they might take you up on that offer. And in that, communication level should be a presentation. Depends on who you're speaking to. Like if it's B2C, pamphlets, ads. But if you're speaking to corporates, it's usually presentations, emails, videos, right? So you could use these AI tools in order to get those conversations started. Some other tools that I wanted to. So we went through Gamma, went through FreePick, ChatGPT. So I use for getting my prompts. 2 new tools, by the way, Ideogram and one second, Ideogram, great with illustrations, great with creating like quick mock-ups, awesome stuff. All right, so ideogram.ai. I'm just gonna quickly run through it because it's good at what it is. It's an image generation tool. And then there's something called Flux by a company called Black Forest Labs. They are a company in Norway or somewhere in the Icelandic region. Flux is good with making edits to your existing images. So for example, very cool use case, I guess some of you guys may have like photos that you take out on your phone, right? If you wanted to like make it look good, like make a mock-up. So there's an example over here, as you can see. You can upload an image from your phone and then just write a prompt like turn this photo into a professional product photo. And it on the right hand side is what it has done. It's relit the subject, it's added a background, added some depth of focus and stuff like that. And this is a little bit better photo you can use on social media, So Black Forest Labs ka Flux is damn good. You can chat with your image and tell it to change the angle, change the lighting, add stuff, remove stuff, all via chatting. So
yeah.
Yep.
So I think that answers Ashwini's question when she wanted to change, edit her, pictures, right? That would answer her question.
Yes. Let's say you are into real estate, all right, and you wanted to like showcase a house, you're a broker. You can take an image, upload it, and you can be like, hey, remove furniture from this photo. And it will like, it will like remove the furniture from the photo. You could, I don't know what it did in that. Yeah. So let's say there are a lot of wires in this image. You can just prompt it and saying like remove the wires and stuff. And as you can see, the image on the right is the output. You can add text, remove text. It's pretty cool for visualization and stuff. Product photos, e-commerce people can leverage this tool. I think everyone can leverage this tool. These are paid tools, however, Ideogram, Flux. But if you have FreePick, you have access to all of these tools in FreePick's ecosystem only. So you just pay one subscription. It's like 1,000 or 2,000 rupees a month. I pay a yearly fee of like 10,000 rupees. and you get access to all the tools in one. So if I wanted to use Flux, I can just choose Flux. If I want to use Ideogram, I use Ideogram from here itself. So that way you get value for money also. Cool.
All right. So can we take one question? I think Shivani has raised her hand. Is that okay?
Sure. 100%.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shivani.
Yeah, thanks, Rachna. Ian, I wanted to know, when you said in Flux we can make edits. I wanted to know, can the when the image already has some text, can I get rid of those text and insert another text as well?
You can. See, with text, AI is a little bit iffy with it, but you can definitely remove the text. 100% remove the text. I think what you would do is remove the text, save the image, upload it again, and then ask it to add text. So rather than doing that process very linear. Yeah.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Moving on, AI for sales. All right. For a very long time, I hated sales. I'm an introvert, right? So any introvert pretty much hates sales. But sales is the most important part of business, right? Like if you don't reach out to clients, tell them your offer, you do networking and, tell them what you do, you're not going to sell product and make profit and grow your business. So AI for sales, my first workshop that I ever did, in fact, in the ecosystem of AI, was how to automate your sales. And the tool that I found that is amazing is called Apollo. All right. Apollo basically is, if you're into B2B, all right. This is a B2B thing. All right. I'm just going to go through B2B for sales. If you're in B2B, you know that you have to send either emails or you are sending LinkedIn messages, outreach. All right. Apollo, what it does, right? It has a database inbuilt firstly. So it uses, I think, LinkedIn's database or some database. You can just filter what kind of clients you want to reach out to. Let's say you want to reach out to universities, and those universities are located, let's say, in Canada. All right. And let's say, you can add filters and you can basically, very specific targeting you can do, and you can then draft emails with AI. You can write a personalized email opener with AI. So you don't have to personalize each and every email. And you can automatically schedule send. So it will not only send one email, it will send an email. And if the person does not reply, another email will go next week. And, if they reply, then, you send them a different set of emails. So that entire flow, that entire automation of outreach is possible with Apollo. And the best part, it's free for 1,200 credits per year. So I would say you can shoot like 200 emails with it, for free, which I feel is like damn cool. I used it for myself. I got 3 leads from sending it to, I think, 50 or 80 people in my category. So damn good. If you're into B2B, Apollo is something you should definitely check out. Goes without saying. So yeah, the other guy that I would talk about is called Phantom Buster. All right. This is thoda technical, but I'm still going to share it with you guys any which ways, because it's, again, something that a lot of people use. For LinkedIn, Phantom Buster is basically an automation tool that runs, on your browser. So let's say you want to extract leads from your LinkedIn post, you want to connect and send follow-up messages automatically, like you're not manually doing it. You can use something like Phantom Buster. All right. It has ready-made, it has like these ready-made things. So you can just like plug and play into your account. You'll have to connect your account and do all of this stuff. So if you realize, you find a lot of people like, how do they automatically follow you, or, you suddenly get a like, they use this tool. Yeah. So if you're a LinkedIn B2B ke liye, this is damn good. All right. B2C sales is a little bit of a different game. It's more of like advertising, and like obviously your product should be available in front of that user. So that's B2C. But B2B mein, Apollo and Phantom Buster are amazing. I use Apollo myself. I don't use Phantom Buster personally. I use something else. I'll show you. There's something coming up. All right. But yeah. Any questions? AI for sales.
One, what would you recommend B2C kind of business women out here?
For B2C, you actually are, when you're doing sales, right, your point of sales needs to be amazing, right, for B2C. So let's say most B2C is like you're selling a product, correct? So if you're selling a product that is, let's say, consumable products, all right, or, it's a tangible good, right? It's not a service. your point of sales has to be on point, which means if either you're selling through a website, or you're selling through a store, or you're having your product available on a store, or an offline outlet, right? For AI, I mean, in B2C, I would focus on marketing, right? So this is the place that you need to spend most of the time to make people aware about your product that exists, right? Because the sale is going to happen when they come onto your store and when they check out, right? So yeah, I would recommend doing more market, like focusing on marketing and point of sales. I don't think there's any AI for point of sales yet. I mean, it does not make sense for point of sales, but maybe there could be something that could come up in the future wherein it's only B2C product oriented, right? But as I mentioned, right, for since it's a point of sale business, it's a product. Every product needs great marketing, positioning, and availability. So having that available on a store, right, or an e-commerce platform, makes a lot of sense for B2C people.
Okay, thanks. That's a good point of view. So if you are into B2C business, focus on marketing. If you're into B2B, focus on the
Outreach.
AI for sales too.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
If you're selling services,
Insights
yeah.
here. Sorry, go ahead. So you were saying something?
Yeah, if you're selling a service, it is you are doing outreach, you are speaking and networking. It's more of a, like, you got to build relation, right? And email is the best way. If you have a product, you need to have your product sitting somewhere on a store or on an e-commerce. People should be able to purchase it, which is why Zomato, Swiggy, if you're, let's say, into the food business, right, then those become your POS things. So whatever marketing you do is actually being funneled to that point of sale wherein they can purchase it on Zomato or Swiggy. So hence, two different games altogether. But I guess marketing is common in all of them. This is most of.
Even in this services business, when you talk about sending reminder emails, Apollo IO would be the best one, right?
Yeah. It's free, and so at least you can try and test it out whether it's actually valuable for your business. So hence I would suggest Apollo.
Sorry, we have a few questions.
Sure, yeah.
Did you have to say something?
I was moving on to the next. Yeah.
So yes. So all those people who who have any questions up until now with respect to, I think, marketing, ladies had asked the questions, but at least from a sales perspective, please keep them coming. The first question for you, Ian, is so what about tools for financial services? Now it's also B2B and it's also B2C.
B2B, B2C. Okay, got it. See, both different channels will have its own different side type of marketing and sales. So that's one thing I would like to establish first. Let's say B2B first. If you're selling financial services, right, you're gonna reach out to businesses. All right. The way you can reach out to businesses is via emails, via LinkedIn. All right. Let's say, if you're selling a financial service, you need to also step zero pay, when you're selling financial service, make it very clear who your ICP is, who's your ideal customer profile. And hence, when you're building your business systems, right, one of the key things that you're looking into is actually who is my customer. All right. And like literally, where does that person live? What do they wear? What do they eat? What's their age? You're trying to create a persona, a profile, right? So for each channel, let's say B2B, you will have 2-3 personas. In B2C, you'll have 2-3 personas. There are different type of people that will buy. This is just my perspective. I could be wrong also, but I feel if you're selling financial services, firstly, you could use AI tools like Perplexity, because great for market research. Secondly, for outreach, you could use Apollo or Phantom Buster. All right. This is an automation tool. Let me make it very clear. This is automation. All right. So if I'm going to go back to what I first said, right? If you haven't done it manually first, don't even bother automating it. All right. So if you, unless and until you've done it manually, you've sent messages manually yourself 10 to 100, don't automate it. All right. Do it manually first. All right. See what it is like. And then if you find a way, a route that works, then go ahead and automate stuff. All right. So these both are automation tools. All right. So that is one thing. For B2C, it would be revolving around creating good creatives and then advertising on Instagram and Meta. All right. Meta ads work the best. UGC ads work the best. All right. I have not talked about AI for UGC content because I feel it's a very new space. But since we are talking about this and since we are on this topic, I will quickly take you guys and expose you to this company called hypergrow.ai. These guys allow you to find UGC content creators for your product or service. All right. So you can just type like, something about your product and who you are trying to like reach. And it will basically create ads. It will send it to UGC. Okay. If you guys do not know what UGC content is, sorry for assuming that you guys might know what UGC is, but UGC is basically, those influencers, those creators making content on Instagram and stuff, like very personal, like content, their reviews and stuff. That is what we call UGC content. Okay. Its full form is user generated content. Okay. User generated content works the best as of now. So if I make a video talking about my experience, let's say with this iPhone, the chances of someone actually listening is very higher compared to seeing an ad like buy this iPhone 5,000 rupee off, all of that stuff. The chances of you watching someone as a human to human connection is very high, which is why UGC works a lot, and which is why you could try hypergrow.ai. But again, see this, it's very AI for UGC is very new. UGC has been there since a very long time, but AI for UGC is very, very new. So I would say to kind of do some more research if you're planning to leverage that. All right. Regardless, if you run a product-based business, all right, my strategy is very simple. Take your product. Let's say you sell cakes. All right. You send your cake in a very nice PR packaged hamper, and you send it to 5 influencers of between 10 to 100,000 followers, and just tell them to make a video. All right, and tag you. Okay. And pretty much what you're doing is you're able to leverage their distribution and point it back to your page. Hopefully your page is optimized. You've created enough content so that all that traffic that is coming from different accounts can be funneled through your page. And if they like what you're selling, they might make a purchase decision. Okay. So that's just my quick perspective on B2C and B2B sales and marketing.
One more question on this AI for sales. Does Apollo help? This is Minu's question. Does Apollo help with lead scraping also?
So that would be Phantom Buster, which is good for lead scraping. All right. Apollo you have to actually manually pick what type of leads you want to outreach to. So if you want to scrape leads, let's say you want to scrape leads from Google Maps, I think Phantom Buster allows you to do that. Let's see, extract leads. So you could extract them from Google. Yeah. So perfect. You can go over here, as you can see in Google. You can extract certain stuff from Google Maps and Google Maps search to contact data. So if you go to Google and you go to Google My Business and you type, let's say, hair salons, all right, you're going to get like a huge like database. And let's say you're selling products like hair products, all right, you're in that business and you want your ICPs, hair salon owners. So you can just go to Google search, you can connect this automation and it'll just scrape for all those contact details, so you have a lead list. In sales, you need to have a good lead list. Let me see if I have one. Drinks, sales. Yeah, okay, cool. So just a quick segue since we are on this topic. All right. So this is what my lead list looks like. It has my names of my leads over here on the left-hand side, contact person name, their Instagram handle, what their emails are, what their phone numbers are. All right. So, and these are all international companies. Like my company only works with clients in the US, UK, and UAE. So my targeting is very specific to club owners, hospitality owners in those countries. So you can your first thing in sales is obviously creating a lead list. So I hope that helps. I'll move on to customers. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I can talk a lot more in sales, but maybe another day. Customer service, just want to quickly talk about customer service, where you can use AI in customer service. Basically, if you're a business that gets a lot of inbound, let's say your business is very successful, and for some reason you're the solopreneur, you're the only person, you don't have the time to always reply to people on WhatsApp or reply to people on Facebook or Instagram or on your website. People are coming, they want to get in touch, but no one is there to reply. And I'll tell you one thing, the biggest bummer is if someone has high intent to buy, but they're not able to buy, you're going to lose that customer. All right. Which is why I feel AI for customer service is like literally the best solution. I feel we've already done this for 3 companies, which is creating like chatbots. The first tool that I will take you through is BotPress. BotPress is basically a chatbot builder. So you can build a chatbot and you can configure it to, different channels. You can configure it to even WhatsApp. You can create a WhatsApp chatbot. You can connect that same chatbot to your website and to your Facebook. And we use BotPress for that. And we've done this for like a lot of companies. We recently worked with a company called Bharat Floors and Tiles. They're a 100-year-old flooring company, tiles company. The problem is that they have 10,000 SKUs, 10,000 types of products. So they don't have someone there to tell the customer what product do they want. So when the customer lands on the website, they just chat like, I have this much square feet space. I like red color and I want something heritage. So automatically the AI is going onto the back end, checking what products are available and shooting a text like this is available, this is available, this is available in like seconds. And it's available 24/7. So, which is why BotPress is amazing. Next tool, ManyChat. If you're in Instagram, if you want to automate like DMs, you want to automate things that are being sent over to people who comment and like your post, you can use ManyChat. Make.com, slightly technical, but there are already existing templates that you can leverage. We use this on a commercial level to build proper large scale automations. We're working with a aerospace and defense company here in India. Won't take their name, but we are automating their newsletters for about 300 employees every month, every day. So basically, they get news to their employees every day at scale. So we use Make for that with a bunch of other stuff. For voice agents, we have something called 11 Labs. All right. I forgot to put it over here, but I'll add it. The most lowest hanging fruit is having, let's say, a voice chat feature available on your website. You can enable this using this tool called 11 Labs. You can configure it on the back end and you can just like have a chat live. And like imagine this AI already knows everything about your business. All your FAQs are already
Hey
fed.
there.
Yeah. So sorry. Already fed into this AI. Someone who wants to get information fast, they can just chat with this voice bot and get information and make a better purchase decision faster. So 11 Labs is a easy thing to use on a commercial level that we use at Bombay AI Company. We use something called Vapi, which is voice agents for developers, wherein it's much more structured and scalable basically. So we use Vapi. But if you want to just get like started, 11 Labs should be something you can look at. Any questions? For AI for customer service, basically you can automate someone being there to handle like your basic queries and stuff like that. So you don't lose the customer, you don't lose the intent of someone wanting to get something out. Because firstly, to get a customer only to on your website, on your landing page, traffic in itself is only like hard. And if you get someone and they don't get what they want, they're going to leave, right? I wanted to call for pest control services, call 3 people, they didn't answer. And I was like, wow, this is really bad. One person answered and I got it done. But imagine if there was like an AI voice agent behind, available 24/7 who can just answer queries, can at least tell me like, this is how much it would cost, this is what's the available times. Oh, okay, if you're that interested, I'll book a call with someone from my sales team. If that voice agent can do at least that much, imagine the level of business efficiency that is saved, right? And you're able to get revenue out of it also. So yeah, AI for customer service.
So Ian, I have a question for you. When I heard this sounds technical. Could the ladies today do it themselves? Can they integrate all these, the chatbots, voice agents, etc., on their own?
11 Labs.
They need technical help.
11 Labs is the best to start with for a voice agent. I think it is not technical. If you use Facebook and Instagram, it is like that only. So it is very easy to set up. Don't worry about it. Thoda technical would be BotPress, all right. But I think you guys can, for you guys specifically, you guys can look at 11 Labs. All right.
Okay, but then so they can create a content. Okay, if a script is fed into 11 labs, there will be an entire thing. And so there will be different kinds of scripts, right? But voice agent involves, a response to a question asked. How does that identification happen? How would this be, kind of plugged in the phone number that if somebody calls on that phone number, then the voice agent, is there a provision as well? In 11 labs?
For phone number, it's not possible in 11 labs. For that, WAPI is what we use, which is a little bit more technical stuff. But on your website, you can have this widget using 11 labs. It's very simple. It's like 2 seconds it takes to embed this. Or you can also have a link to your voice agent, and you can just share that link with your customers or on your website. So if anyone wants, they'll open it up onto a new page wherein they can chat about your business basically. And on your backend, you will have a log of like who spoke what, and like, whatever data you program it to take in, it will do that for you. So it's pretty simple to set up with 11 labs.
Very, very interesting. So are you ready to take questions? Minu has 2 questions back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, the first question is, any tool to schedule posts on Instagram on desktop and add trending audio?
And add audio. Okay, interesting.
Trending audio, yeah.
See, there are a lot of scheduling tools. Scheduling has been there. Meta only. Facebook has its own scheduling tool called Meta Business Suite. But now if you want to add audio, I don't know. I've not heard of any AI tool that will do it. You could build out this automation custom on using something called Make, as I just mentioned over here. So you would have to like build it for yourself. Cool prompt. But you can build it. It's 100% buildable. Like, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's 100% possible. It's just that there's no existing tool that I know of that has this feature. I do know that there are tools that allow you to make your own Instagram videos via prompts to that. But I'll be very honest, using those type of tools, it's not going to increase it's just a waste of money. It's not going to increase your business marketing or sales. It really depends what kind of business you're in. But I've used these tools that generate content for you. And just someone who's been in marketing for the last 8 years, I feel like there's no strong use case at the moment for those particular tools that directly generate content and add everything together. So yeah, but to answer the question, it's possible. It's just that there's no existing tool.
So then Minu can try Make, right?
You can try Make. Yeah, you can try building it on Make. Yeah.
Minu has another question. Does 11 Labs widget work on all web platforms like WordPress, Wix, Gamma?
Yeah. Yep. 100%. 100%.
Yes, that answers. Umi has questions. LMS Google Notes can be used to create video and audio on the based PPT. I mean, it's a question, not a. Umi, is this a question or a response to Minu's question?
It was a response to Mini's question, but I think her question was totally different.
Acha. Okay.
So,
but we have LMS Google Notes, another tool for all of you all to know. Good.
Yeah. So you can embed the 11 Labs thing on anything on any website, basically. I've used Wix, WordPress. I've built stuff on Framework. I've been building websites the last 8 years, 20 plus websites built. Knowing 11 Labs, it can be integrated onto any web platform. Yeah. I think a very important question, however, that we should always ask ourselves is, should we even automate this yet? All right. Before you automate anything, this is rule of thumb number 1 that we even consult with our clients at Bombay AI. We ask them, have you done this task manually first at least 3 to 5 times? Because if you've not done it manually, don't ask us to automate it. We will go into a spiral of trying to figure out what do you actually want to automate. So if you only do stuff manually, if you know that this is a repeatable process in my business, for example, I have to send invoices at the 30th of every month to my accountant, which I know has to happen, which I've done more than 100 times. That is something that can be automated. If you know that you have to always reply to these type of emails in this format, automate that. Automate the simple stuff first before automating something too complex. All right. So these are 2 questions. You can screenshot this if you want. That I would keep in mind when you're going for an automation, right? So yeah, AI being AI, you can use it as a brainstorming tool. You can use it to create cool stuff. But when we're going into the topic of automation, this is more important for you to. Yeah.
Can we take a few questions?
Sure.
Yeah. Before we get into this.
Yeah.
So Meenu, so she probably heard our conversation. Her question was that her question is with respect to uploading to Insta from desktop, because Insta is basically a mobile-centric app.
Yeah.
So all these tools would help her automate the Insta for desktop, Insta that she uses on desktop, right? The Insta web page. Meenu, ask your question.
Yeah, Rachna. Actually, this was in response. Somebody had suggested something, which wasn't my question actually, which is why I wrote in response to that. Because basically the problem is that you have to airdrop everything onto your phone to upload on Insta. You know, it's not like Facebook. Facebook and the Meta Business Suite, you can directly upload a lot of stuff through that. But with Insta, it's a little different.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know. I mean, I've tried a couple of tools like Insist and all that also, but there are limitations. You cannot do the entire stuff that you can do via your mobile. So I think Insta also bans that basically. You start getting a, kind of warning if you're using such Chrome extensions.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I think as of now, whatever I am aware, that's why I thought I'll put it up to Jan if you know of any such tool, because, you create on your desktop. And then you have to put everything onto your phone, and then from your phone you have to go and upload to Insta, which is again another layer of work.
100%.
So
No, I get it.
that's my only question.
100%. There is something called Buffer. I don't know if you've heard of Buffer.
Yes, I have.
Been there since a very long time. Maybe that could help you solve that problem. Yeah.
Sure. I'll check it out.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
And
Thanks.
Lilita says there's something called a Sprout Social might help with social media scheduling.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if it will be desktop friendly as well.
It is. Sprout Social has also been something that has been there for a long time. I mean, but I wouldn't know much about it. But these are scheduling apps, so you can just upload stuff from your desktop and have it scheduled. Yeah.
Yes. One question before I will allow you to proceed. So all the tools that you mentioned today, Ian, me ask, can they be used for HR consulting business as well? I think the answer is yes, right? I mean,
100%.
Service business deals with people, probably B2C and B2B as well, because that's how you source vendors. Yeah.
I think this would be a tool to use in a B2B side. If you're looking to source candidates as an HR, then again, you can use Phantom Buster to find people with a particular title on LinkedIn. Let's say you're looking for software developers. You could put that into Phantom Buster and will just query people who are with that particular title on LinkedIn. So it makes your searching operations a bit easier. Now, coming to the exciting part of the session, I asked you guys to write down something about your business, to map out your business and stuff. I am going to invite someone live right now, wherein I will help you build your business system. We will map it out at least to a certain point, and I will share a digital version with you as well that you can download and keep as a copy or update it as well, because we'll use Notion for it. So, who would like to volunteer and help them build a business system, explore the map of your business using AI? I'll ask you a couple of questions basically, and I will try to expand and map out stuff. All right. So cool. Okay. Looks like there is someone on chat. Meenu. Awesome. So
Meenu has volunteered. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay. Perfect. Cool. All right. So Meenu, I will need you to unmute. All right. And I will ask you a couple of questions. All right. For your business. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes to get this set up. Let me just open up my notepad.
Yeah. It's a very interesting exercise. I think we're all eagerly waiting for both of you to come up with something, and then let's discover AI's magic right on call today on the workshop.
All right.
Meanwhile, Aminu, you can take a moment to let us know about your business, where you're based out of. That the other ladies can get a context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Rachna. Thanks, and thank you. And thank you, Ian. So basically, I'm based out of New Delhi. I have a working experience, but then in between, I had a kind of sabbatical, and now I'm trying to get back into the working space with my own services. I am seeking to position myself as a creative AI content marketing service provider. So I do work with a lot of AI tools, image generation tools, and video generation tools. So the category that I'm basically looking at it specifically for now to niche down is small business owners and startups, where I can help them with their UGC content, their avatar creation content, their portfolio websites, their AI visuals for social content media.
Okay, awesome, cool. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions, all right? So this is obviously a service, all right? So this business type is a service, and you, if you were to give me a quick, overview of what you do, how would you, tell me that?
Ian, sorry to just take a moment.
Yeah.
Is it intentional that you've not shared your screen?
Yeah, okay, I'll share my screen. I'll show you guys what I'm doing also on the back end. One moment. Okay. Yes. So I am going to be sharing something with you guys. All right. Give me 1 second.
So Minu is somebody who's into a creative business.
Awesome.
And she's looking for small businesses as her clients.
Okay.
And we'll go through her process. Yes.
Perfect. So if the others want to do this also live on call, as I do this with Minu, I'm going to share this link, all right, with you guys. Okay. Many which this will be shared with you later as well. So I've basically made a custom GPT to build your system. All right. You can just chat with it and it will help you map out the entire thing. And on the back end, I have added a couple of things that, are required to build this business system. Now, for those who are doing this live on call, just click on the first thing, which is kick off the original prompt. All right. When you click on this button, you will be prompted to answer some questions about your business. All right. I already have this ready on my end. So yes, it's Mina or Minu. How do I pronounce? Like what?
It's Minu.
Minu. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're saying service. Can you tell me more about your business? Like just yeah.
I'm looking at it from two angles. Actually, I don't know if that is feasible. I'm looking at consultancy or services or freelancing at one end and coaching on the other.
Okay. So one is a consultant.
This is into creative AI services.
Okay.
And, tools for content creation and teaching tools, AI teaching tools.
Okay, once again, you said creative AI tools.
AI services, yeah.
Creative AI services. What if I were to ask you what does creative AI services mean? Like what would you?
Creative AI means AI visuals, AI ads, video ads, AI websites, portfolio websites, UGC content, avatar creation.
Okay.
Where you can have an AI talking video for you, a talking person through AI.
Okay, so
anything under the gambit of content marketing, basically.
Okay, creative and content marketing services. All right, perfect, cool. So you have not yet identified any particular offer, right? I'm assuming you are still figuring out.
Yeah.
The offer.
Yes, I'm figuring out. I have some things in mind. I have a starter kit and everything in mind. But yeah, I have to still, kind of structurize it better.
No worries, no problem. Okay, so I think so. You did mention the creative consultancy service. So just for me to add a few points over here, consultancy is one thing. All right, being a service agency is one thing, and coaching is a different business. There are 3 different types of business. All right, you can practice all 3, but with what works on the internet is obviously positioning yourself to do one particular thing. I feel a strong thing for you to do is being a creative service agency, all right, because this is a service a lot of people would want, and if you can do it for them, I feel you can always upsell them to coaching and consultancy on the next step. Okay, cool. So this is what I would position you as a full service AI creative and content marketing agency. All right. I'm just gonna write agency. All right. Cool. Perfect. We're not sure about the offers, just starting out. I'm just going to help me explore this. This is a prompt I'm going to inject into the GPT. All right. Okay, cool. Now, who are your ideal clients? Like, can you tell me your background as well? Like, have you been in the marketing space before, or is it something you're just starting out?
In business? No, I haven't been in business. I have a working experience. I was into corporate communications.
Okay. So,
which is under marketing basically. But this was also before the digital media was not so prevalent, which it has become in the last 2-3 years now.
Okay, no worries. Corporate communication. So, what are the type of clients you guys used to work with? Like, can you tell me more about the type of people you would want to work with, and who have you worked with before as well?
See, I was at the corporate end. We had agencies. I used to handle the PR agency, the branding agency, the internal communications, the external communications, stakeholder communications, CSR, financial, everything that has to do with the brand reputation of the organization.
Okay, awesome, fantastic, amazing. And now with this new agency, what are the types of clients you would like to work with? Would it be corporates? Okay, I'll give you some quick gist. Like, there are various types of clients and people you can work with in this entire world. All right, that's what I've understood. There are millions of types of clients. Okay, so hence it's good to be a little bit specific also. So my question to you would be like, who would be your ideal client? Like, would you want to work with someone in India? Do you want to work with someone abroad? Do you want to work with a specific type of business? Like, let's say you want to do AI creative services for just coaches, or you want to do it for, other agencies, or you want to do it for bakery businesses, or you want to do it for salon businesses, like, or service-based business. You can, what comes to mind for you? Like, who would you like to work with?
I would look at it more as like, small solopreneurs, startups, because I feel I can easily, get a hold on the market from that and then progress to bigger clients.
Perfect.
India international I don't know if that matters. I'm okay with both of them.
Okay.
I'm looking at products basically.
Okay.
E-commerce products.
Businesses with products. Awesome. Any type of e-commerce products, like any type of ones, or like, for example, skincare. We're looking at toys, kids' toys. Like, there are various types of products, right? So what?
Yeah, I haven't niched it down that much.
Okay,
I'm
let me ask you another question.
Like from wherever, you start your business from wherever it comes.
100%.
So
okay, let me ask you one other question. What are some type of clients that you would not want to work with? Like, what's your anti-vision? People that you don't want to work with, basically, so what would you say? Like, is there any particular type of industry? Let's say, for example, I don't want to work with oil and gas companies. I have nothing to do with them. I have nothing to sell them, basically. So what would be your answer? Like, types of clients or groups you are not interested in general, like you wouldn't feel like you can offer your services to them?
Again, I'm looking for people. I don't know if this is more of a characteristic or a trait rather than a product.
Right.
Somebody who understands what creativity entails, understands the creative space.
Okay.
I don't know how to put this into words.
Okay, no problem. Okay, but this is something, eventually, this is just a pointer. Eventually, in your business journey, find out who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. Very important. Comes in handy later down the line. All right. So we won't answer this question for now. Let's skip this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
May I just make a small announcement here?
Sure.
If you'll allow me, I'll just take half a minute.
100%.
Ladies, so Ian is asking these questions to Meenu, but Ian has also shared the same, business system builder in the chat box. What you can individually do is fill the form out for yourself, as and when Ian is asking Meenu's question. So it's just that you are not on call talking to Ian as well, but you can take this as a practice exercise for yourself as well. Why Ian says that you should also have a list of people you don't want to work with. I think so that you can kind of type it down for yourself as well. So let's make it a practical exercise. And all the other ladies who will be using this on their own right now, live in the workshop, we can even take your queries towards the end. Yeah. So just wanted to make this announcement. The link of that business builder is already shared in the chat box. Please go ahead. Sorry to interject. Yeah.
Cool. No worries. I'm just setting up the prompt as we speak. But yeah, coming back to this. So right now, what would be, if you were to start this agency, let's say hypothetically tomorrow, what would be your first type of clients that, how would you find clients? Like what would be your ideal way to find your first set of 5 clients? What would be those channels?
Organically,
Okay.
inorganically. Organically.
Yeah, like let's say let's go with organically. Like how would you like, you know, speak to a friend or like, you know, referrals? How would it be?
Yeah. So what I have understood and what whatever my analysis of the market and the coachings that I have taken is key. First and foremost, you need to establish a personal brand, which is very important.
Okay.
So the first and priority platform that comes to mind is LinkedIn.
Okay.
And thereafter comes Instagram nowadays.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you say LinkedIn, and like, what would you do on LinkedIn? Would you send like a message to like people in that particular niche and stuff? Would you like do outreach?
Yeah, I guess that's where I haven't actually got down to things to actually selling. Like you also said,
Yeah.
when you were talking about sales and how difficult it is for you as an introvert. So I think I kind of related with that.
Okay. No
That is
worries.
one area where I'm lacking. But otherwise, posting, posting about, talking about the trends, talking about your work, all that
Okay.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, talking about AI content creation would be something that will organically try to attract the people who want to hear this type of content. All right. So
Yes.
perfect. Personal branding is amazing. I feel like is the best way to also generate organic traffic, and get good distribution from it. I think if you're selling to businesses, LinkedIn outreach should be there. All right. Instagram, again, I would say like personal branding comes into place. And also you can like just showcase some work. So what you could do is like just for time pass, make some stuff like whatever you're offering, right? Like whatever services you're offering, like make a list of services and then just make 2-3 examples of what it could look like, take any random example, random product and put that on your Instagram page so that people people will know what to expect at least. All right.
Got it.
Perfect. Team size, it's just you right now. All right. Okay. And you can always expand your team down the line. So I'm just gonna say solopreneur. All right. Oops. Yep. Tools that you currently use. So like, what are the stuff that you're familiar with? In let's say creative tools or any tools in your pipeline. Like what are the things that you can?
Most of the chatbots, from ChatGPT to Gemini to Claude to Perplexity.
Okay. Cool. Perplexity and
what Lexica. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You said idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Do you use Canva as well or Photoshop?
Yeah. Obviously Canva. Canva was like.
Awesome. Perfect. Amazing. This is a good tech stack for you. All right, cool. We don't need to answer this. Goal of this system is... Okay. All right, I'm just going to remove this. My goal is to explore what systems I would need in order to run this solo creative agency. All right, creative AI agency. Cool. So we're just crafting a prompt. All right, for AI. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to put this into my chat GPT. All right, and you guys can do this on a notepad. I try to do these things on my own notepad, but if you're more comfortable with just like doing it on chat GPT's interface, you can do that. Cool. All right, so I'm just going to paste this over here and hey, let's see if the system works. Hopefully it works. So I've just given it context. All right, how AI works is, and if you were there in our previous workshop, context engineering, right? You got to tell it who you are, what do you do, like what are you trying to achieve from it. The more context you give it, it'll give you a better output. It'll give you information always, but sometimes that information that you'll get, you feel like this does not make any sense. The reason it did not make any sense is because you didn't give it any information to work with in the first place. So hence, now we have prepared a good amount of context. All right. So let's review this. Got it? You're essentially building a solo run full service AI creative and content marketing agency from the ground up. Here's how we'll tackle it. Step 1, I'll give you a full business system universe for your type of business so you can see all the moving parts. Step 2, I'm going to mark the lightning bolt for things that you can automate in your system, and I'll put an emoji of a person at the points where you can delegate. All right, so you know what you can eventually offload. Step 3, we'll decide which systems you need to build first to start getting clients and delivering work. All right. So it has created this business system map for you. All right. For founder operations, you got to set your vision and goal, define your services. What are your offers, your pricing? The same thing I kind of asked you. AI is now asking you like, okay, what are those key services you want to offer your clients? All right. Time and task management, daily workflow, prioritization systems, tool stack setup, Notion, Google Drive, project tools, learning and R&D. This will be like your founder main operations, sales and acquisition, lead generation. All right. How are we getting more clients into the business? LinkedIn outreach, IG content, networking, lead nurturing and follow up. Like how are we following up with leads? We can use Instagram DMs or email sequences. Again, it's added this lightning bolt to tell you that this is a task in that process that can be automated. All right. So that's how I've set up the system from the back end. Whichever things are automatable, they'll have a lightning bolt. All right. Discovery call process. So you'll have to have, whenever you get clients in, you're going to have to have a discovery call with them, talking about who you are, what service you can provide, how you can personalize it for them, right? So it's given you a basic outline of, what are the different parts of your business. Now, what you can do is you can tell AI in the same chat to expand. Okay, so let's say we want to expand on the service delivery. Okay, can you expand the services delivery system so that I can copy it into Notion. All right. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to get this AI to now build that particular part of your business so that you can have it, saved for your very specific business. All right. So it has crafted a couple of things. So you have client brief intake, which is sending a client intake form to book a call. What the deliverables would be, tools. Now you can change and tweak this based upon your on the actual thing that you actually use. But it's given you an idea of what can be built and what can be built specific to your business. So let's say for draft creation, it's also mentioned AI visuals, AI ads, AI websites, so it can, exactly what kind of comes where. All right. And it's given you steps that you can have in your system. Now, the best part is we can actually, let me activate my thing. With this, right, which is your AI business dashboard, whenever you need to add something to your system, all right, inside systems, you can basically add more pages. So I'm just going to I'm going to put a page over here. And what I do is simply go to your chat GPT that you have gotten. All right. And I am going to copy this thing. All right. And paste it into my system. All right. I'm just going to call this the full business system map. So you have this saved. Okay. I'm going to share this with you later on call so you can get access to it. Now, let's say we just now expanded on service delivery, correct? So what I will do is I will just simply highlight this. Okay. Sorry. You can actually click on this button and you can turn this into a page. 1 moment. Yeah, page. All right. Click into this and then we will copy and paste the entire service delivery format directly inside this page. Okay. So essentially what we're doing is we're building the basis of how our company should be operating. That's the whole point of building system. We need to know what comes under what. So now tomorrow when you are going through your system, you have your full business system map. You have your service delivery, all right, and you have exactly what steps you must be taking in order to do the stuff. Now, what I like to do is, with systems is that it's going to be very, linear, and you will know like at a point like what I have to be doing at different points. One way you can visualize the system is if you simply ask ChatGPT, thanks, can you make a image visual mind map of all the associated systems for my business. All right. And if you are, I think on the free version also, it does have image generation, and the builder does have image generation. Yep. So it's basically going to create a visual mind map of your system. Alternatively, you can also ask it to create a prompt and then go to free pick and add a prompt in and generate something like that. That is how I kind of generated my roadmap for my business, so that I have something to kind of look at what is what, where is where, for my business, so you can get a visual system of what I have to be doing today and tomorrow and stuff like that. That's the whole point about systems. You know exactly what needs to be done. And if something breaks, you can at least go back into the system and see what broke and always update it. This system building might sound boring, but this is how people go from earning lakhs to 10 lakhs to even a crore and above. All right. It's all systems. And if you have good systems in your business, you can scale. You won't be thinking on a Friday morning when there's some problem in your business, what has to be done, right? You already know exactly. And everyone's system is going to be different. Your system is going to be unique. My system is very different. As I told you, right? This is my dashboard. This is the way I like it to be. Everyone has their own systems in their own format and way. In my CEO's dashboard, I have a link to my Google Drive account, all my purchase invoices, all my bank statements. When I'm onboarding a vendor, this form needs to be sent. When I'm onboarding a client, this form needs to be sent. You can customize, you'll have to customize and keep your system in place, basically. And this is just the start. So, okay, here you go. Here is your free image to know these are the things that you will need in your AI creative services business. You'll need your founders, operations, sales, client communication, service delivery, admin, finance, strategy, and growth. The main things that you should obviously work on at the very start is, you remember that thing that I talked about? This thing right here. I feel, Meenu, this will be very useful for you since you're just starting out, right? Before you start a business, I would suggest answering all these questions, like why are you starting this business? What are your values, lifestyle goals? Have you done this Ikigai map? And if you haven't, there's a link over here itself wherein you can just write down what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And then, try to come to a much more clearer reason why I'm starting this business and stuff like that. You can go through this entire sheet and simply get much more clarity and context to what business you're starting and which market you want to serve. All right. It also has stuff like creating offers. I'm not sure if it's already there, but also if you have multiple business ideas at a point, even I had like 10 different business ideas. You can't be working on multiple things. You have to end up working on one. Which is why there's this business viability dashboard wherein you can add all of your ideas. You can sort them based on whether it's self-operated, is it a passive business, what licenses are required, and all the other variables you would need to know. This is what analysts do in companies. This is what consultants do when they are helping a business owner start a business. They're pretty much looking at numbers and not the emotions of business, right? So this is coming to you for free. You can, I hope this will help you in your business journey. And hey, this ChatGPT window, I'll also try sharing the link since it's yours, and you can keep chatting with it to expand and create your entire business system. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Any questions?
Hello?
Any questions for me?
No, I think you've given the rundown pretty well. The only thing is now, how do you target the sales part of it now, the outreach and the sales? I understand that, we can have a kind of structure to our business system, so we know what is where and how we organize everything. But are there any tips that you can give on outreach?
On outreach, see, I think since you're in the creative, let me just stop sharing the screen. Since you're in the creative services, right now there is some right now we're evolving from kind of sending emails, if for creatives, all right, this is very specific for creative services, to sharing a video for a client. So if I wanted to like tell a client exactly what they can expect, I would make a small
VSL kind of thing.
a VSL.
VSL.
Yeah. A 1 minute video of who you are, what you do, and what they can expect from your service. And you send them a video email rather than email written down.
Text email.
Yeah. And I'll tell you one small tip to even increase the ratio. Whenever you're talking about them, share your screen on camera and show their website or their Instagram page on the right hand side, and on the left hand side you show what you could possibly do. Show your work on the left and show their work on the right. And it's a human psychological thing, when you show a comparison, of something good and something that isn't that great, and you're telling them exactly that you can take them from this stage to this stage, the chances of conversion are very high. So send a small 1 minute video to your client. And my friend tried this out. He sent 2 emails, he closed both the clients. Didn't have to do anything further, didn't have to send 100 emails. Just two very specific personalized videos made or to that to two different clients on what they do, who they are, what they do, this is their service, this is their brand, and how they can change. Personal video closed, done. So send a video. Maybe that will help you close faster since you're in the creative services business.
One follow-up question I have on this is
Yeah.
a lot of times, when you talk about the results that you can deliver, it's supposed to be tangible. You're supposed to give numbers or you're supposed to give a percentage. Now, when you're starting out, there's nothing that, one would like to fake. Oh, I can do, 3x, 4x, 50 times, 30%, all those kind of stuff. When you're starting out, you don't have a data bank of customers to, analyze data. You wouldn't want to do that. So how do you tackle that part of it?
So, I know that there are different types of agencies. Some agencies, they promise numbers, all right? But I think when you're in a creative service agency, right, what clients really look for is someone who's reliable and trustworthy more than anything else. Honest, reliability, and trust are often the reasons why I have closed my clients. It's like I am reliable. I will be able to reply to that client's message, even though if it's a little bit late, and I know what I do, so that domain expertise is very important. I never promise any metrics with my work. I mean, I'm in a different service. Mine is a creative service. But what I'm guaranteeing you is that my taste in that design,
exactly.
is of this level. So if you see my work, this is the quality that I usually roam with. So when you're initially pitching to clients, you are never pitching them numbers. You're never pitching them that, oh, I'll get you 10,000 followers and all of that stuff. I mean, even if you have done it for previous clients, always say that we never guarantee numbers, but our work has got this many results. This is the type of work we did. We work for so much amount of time, and we were able to get that amount of results. Now it's up to you to take the decision whether you want to work with me or not. And one thing when you're pitching, always be ready to walk away from the table. All right, you're going to come across with a lot of clients that might have different briefs and different, they might be like, oh, what's the guarantee and stuff. If you feel you don't want to work with them, don't work with them. All right. This is just one small side tip. If you're working in the creative agency, creative side, clients usually try to pressure you into giving you metrics. But if you're not set up to give metrics, you're not a performance marketing agency, then there's no metric to decide upon any which ways, right? Performance marketing, I understand, because you're literally taking 1 rupee and trying to get 2 rupees out, right? That is what performance marketing is. But in the creative agency, you are guaranteeing your creativity, that you're a creative person and you're reliable, so that anytime you need something to get done, you will create something for them. So that is the value proposition or the positioning you would have to go for when pitching to clients.
All right. So, Meenu, I think those two tools for leads can also help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for these tips.
Yeah, and those two tools, Phantom and the other one, which was Apollo, can also come in handy for your small client who would be B2B. All right. Anybody else? Did you have a chance to work on the business system builder, Ian's business system builder, while Meenu was working on hers? And does anybody have any other questions for Ian?
Awesome.
All right, then. I think we are at the end of the session today, right?
Yes, yes. So all the links, obviously, I'll share with Rachna. She will share it with you,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah. So business systems, it's a boring thing to do, which is why a lot of people skip it. All right. With AI, you can now automate it. All right. You just have to like prompt it and tell it what you want, what your business is, and build out your system and keep updating your system. All right. The reason why I never scaled past a certain point, I'm only starting to scale like now, is because I didn't even know what systems were in the first place. And oftentimes, as a creative professional, you want to just do the work. You don't want to like spend time in sales and marketing. You just want to like do the creative work, right? And that was my problem. So systems come in handy. There's this one saying, systems exist for when motivation is not there. So just keep that in mind. When you're not motivated, when you don't have energy, a system is there for you.
Well said, and then thank you for all the reminders. And even the first sentence, that was one of the first quotes. You should only try to use AI for something that has been done manually. Yeah, and which is done repeatedly, so that you can automate that.
Yes.
So with this thought, I would also like Mayuk to share the. We're also giving you direct access to Ian through a WhatsApp group that we have created exclusively with Ian. Mayuk, may I request you to share the link? As soon as you join today, we will share all the contact coordinates. It can be either you can go via the Linktree way, or I think you have a direct access. Please join that. You can set up a consultation call for automation for your businesses. We will be giving you the Calendly link. If you wanted to connect with Ian over LinkedIn, please do so. We'll be sharing his contact coordinates as well. And I'm looking, Ian, the last time, what kind of coordinates that you gave. Just a moment.
Sure.
Yes. And we also shared Ian's. Yeah. We also shared Ian's email address in case you wanted to write to him. So please join this WhatsApp group and you will be connected with Ian directly. And please book a call with him. That's how he likes to organize his work.
Yep.
Now, this would also be the time for, if you want to thank Ian or share some feedback with him, please, keep the love coming via the emojis, reactions, your messages in the chat box. If somebody would like to unmute themselves, please do so as well. Marlene says that, all the information that Ian gave was very, very useful. You have love and thumbs up coming from Rekha, Shivani.
Thank you.
Arshada as well. Awesome. Well, it was, I think it was a terrific session. I think quite a few people missed it. Shivani, go ahead.
Thank you. Just one last question, Ian.
Sure.
I am looking forward to start with a cloud kitchen thing. I just want to know if we have any AI tools where usually, what happens. I search for certain recipes online, and there are certain who put those recipes in the comments, which is easy for me. But however, certain videos itself have, if they are putting some sugar, so the quantity and the name of the ingredient that goes, it is already in the video.
Okay.
So right now, what I'm doing is manually making a note of it. Do we have anything that can help me to, not sit personally and manually note it down? Is there anything else that I could make use of?
From a video?
Yes.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, right, Notebook LM would be your best friend for this, I would say, because you could just add the YouTube video on Notebook LM and then you can just chat with it, right? So you can just be like, oh, what's the recipe or what's the ingredients that this person used, and you'll be able to get that information from using Notebook LM. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. It will really reduce my manual time. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Lovely. Also, people who joined late, etc., please add yourself to the mailing list as well. I think you will be given access to this workshop as well as the previous week's workshop as well on prompt engineering. Also, Anna had a broad question which I tried responding to as well. Anna says, Yeah, I have a homestay. So how can AI help her? Well, I think the entire workshop was about different aspects, and you can have to figure out how you want to use those tools. But if you have any specific question with respect to the thing that you want to automate as a owner of a homestay business, please feel free to ask.
Sure. I mean, just to also drop a few pointers, let's say you have a homestay, you're gonna want to have great photos of your homestay. You're gonna want to have, let's say, to kind of have like messages, there like templates, like when you get a customer, what do you say to that customer or a lead, like, when do you take in that payment, or, so you can brainstorm your messaging flow with AI. That's one thing I would use it for. You could maybe put your images in with free pick, and you can upscale your images if you're taking it from your phone, so you can upscale the images, and in case like you're shooting it from phone and they might be a bit blurry, you can upscale the images using free pick. Yeah, and obviously if your homestay has a website, then you can even use chat gpt to brainstorm what are good website titles so that your SEO is boosted off your website, so you can brainstorm with ChatGPT what keywords to use, what you should kind of, put into your website so that you can be discovered much more easier, right? Apart from creating ads with ChatGPT and FreePick, these are some things you can do on a organic systems level scale for your business. I feel also.
Do you have any? Sorry, go ahead. You were saying something?
I also feel like, since it's a homestay business, and since it's not, probably there's no organized source of information on how to scale and how to operate a homestay business, you can use the business system builder to find out what things you're not doing but should be done in a homestay business. So that's the whole purpose of the business system builder, is to find out departments that are actually should be part of your business, but maybe we didn't know that that's a thing that we had to do in the first place, because probably we're not from a business setting, right? So AI will help you discover that this department is something that you should pay attention to and stuff that you should be doing on a day-to-day basis.
Right. Yeah, Anna, go ahead. Please go ahead, Anna.
I just wanted to thank him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Take this opportunity to thank him.
Thanks. Awesome.
You have lots of love coming your way. Amazing session with lots of tools shared, enabling us to save manual efforts and get it done by the tools. She's thanking us.
Thank you.
Yourself. Marlene, which tool would AI help you make animated visuals? I think that will be FreePick, right?
Yeah, FreePick would be best. Flux, Black Forest Labs would also be best. All the links will be shared with you guys post this session of all the tools in business, marketing, sales. We will categorize it and we'll send it to you. So you can maybe leverage that. Yeah.
Can AI help her create what type of photos to post? I think yes.
100%.
If AI can help what website name should it be, it can definitely help use chat GPT. Ask questions. Right. Are there any other questions then?
Awesome.
Please. Yes. And so thank you so much.
All right.
Anybody else would like to say something? This is the opportunity. And then we'll proceed to final thanks and the closing. Well, lots of love coming your way. Ian, Meenu, thanks you. Anna, thanks you. Dishita, thanks you. Ashwini, thanks you.
Awesome.
Again and again. Once again, one last time, if you want access to the recording, the PPT, the business builder, once again, the Excel sheet, please register your emails. Please. Mayu, could you please share the WhatsApp link once again as well? I think let me just copy it and share. Yes, get connected to Ian directly. We'll share all the coordinates right away in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, Ian.
Awesome.
I think this was an excellent session. My sense is that I think it's the Rakhi fever. That's why we did not have more attendance. I'm sure a lot of ladies are going to ping me, I think, on Sunday asking for a recording because they missed it. They were preparing for Rakhi.
Okay.
Nevertheless, so we had 80 people registered today. So much, Ian. I think this session was wonderful.
Awesome.
Very enlightening, and I thank you for all that you've put together and also explained it with your real life experience. Really grateful. 46XX. We are certainly going to collaborate with you more and more. I finally have a trusted person in you.
Awesome.
Even the AI needs of 46XX.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. God bless. And I think we'll also have to collaborate on quite a few points, and we'll be in touch.
Sure.
For the ladies out